How often do we talk about mental illnesses that's going on with people around this world? Why do families tell their children when as they grown up, what goes on in this house stays in this house, and they don't realize that's affecting the minds of children? When as these children growing up, their minds aren't fully developed. They can't think for themselves. They don't know how to think on their own. Mental illnesses are real. Bipolar, schizophrenia, and all kinds of other mental illnesses that goes with this. And people need to stop telling their children to be quiet and to accept what they tell them, and stop telling the children that what goes on in the house has to stay in the house. That's not a good thing to tell children, because they see a lot of things goes on. Some children are being molested by family members, friends of the family, and by others that come through the home. Because I know I went through that. And my mama used to always talk about what goes on in the house stays in the house. But she always out telling business and telling what's going on. But she don't want nobody telling her business. So mental illnesses are real, people. Start talking about what's going on in your home and what you're feeling and why you feeling the way you're feeling. Stop letting your parents tell you not to talk about things. Because where I'm at in this shelter, there's a lot of people in this building with mental illness, and that's downright crazy. I mean, literally, they crazy. They like to fight their roommates. They like to turn up their music while people talking. They don't realize that they affecting others, and it's already bad enough. Some people can't deal with being in shelters. They taking multiple psychotic medication. They don't know how to express themselves, or they just don't want to express themselves. And there's too much of this going on. And the staff in these shelters always tell people that you shouldn't tell all your business, which some of your business shouldn't be told, but certain things you need to come out with. If you're going through domestic violence, bring that out and talk about it, because that could cause people to go through mental illness and depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, because they would think other guys or other women are after them. They would think people coming to hurt them when they see these things happening as they grow up. And some children, when their minds is not completely developed, they would grow up thinking being beaten is the right thing to do. They gonna think it's good to be beaten on. And these guys need to stop beating on these women in front of their children, because these children will grow up thinking it's normal to be beaten and it's normal to be allowed to be beaten when it's not. Don't ever teach your children about being quiet and staying to yourself. Open up about your situations you're going through, no matter what it is. Because there's so much mental illnesses and mind-bothering things that's going on with people in this world. Too many people are hurting. They will commit suicide because they can't express themselves. I'll be told not to say a thing about what their life is going about. And they're in prisons and jailhouses are full of people with mental disorders, mental illnesses, mental psychosis, bipolar, schizophrenic, and it's not good. And family, if you got family that's in prisons and jailhouses and juvenile detention centers throughout this world, and they got they schizophrenic, bipolar, mentally ill, help them. Don't sit there and let them suffer. Fight for them. Bring them to you. Bring God into their life. Because this disease is serious. This is one way the devil get to a person, making them thinking it's okay to be that way. And it's not right for parents raise their children, calling them retarded, stupid, and all that. That's causing them to grow up being mentally ill and losing their minds because of what's going on. They being hurt too much. Bipolar, schizophrenia, and all kinds of mental illnesses is going on in this world. Depression is another one. Depression is so popular among this disease that's ripping the mind of people, and they out on the streets because nobody else is caring for them, and a lot of them end up in prisons or in jail, and it's just not good for that to happen, because I see this all too common all of the time, and it's all over all over YouTube, Facebook, and other social media sites what's going on with those that done lost their minds. And there's hospitals all over this world just injecting these these folks with all kinds of Therazine and other medications instead of helping them and helping them to recover and to do things in a different way. They think medicine is the way to go, which is causing them to get worse with their depression, bipolar, schizophrenics, and other mental illnesses. Mental illness is also another popular disease ripping the mind of people. And we know, and the Lord knows, we don't need this kind of thing going on. Medications is not the way to go. Praying for them, taking them to church is what they need. Not to be put in mental institutions, psych wards, or any other place that they don't need to be. They need to be with family. Family need to sit and help them and talk with them and tell them why they did what they did to them as they was growing up. Because it's very going on too much in families in the past and present, and no telling what the future may bring to those with these diseases. What going to happen in the future with people raising their children the way they raising them, talking to them the way they talking to them, treating them badly and rudely and nasty and hateful. Because the shelter I'm in, most of these people are taking psych meds in denial of it. Because I even got called that, told I need to be in a psych ward by my roommate, which I don't care nothing about her and her feelings right now. Because I think she's mentally ill. There's going on real bad, and people need to talk about these diseases more and get out and go to these shelters and community meetings to talk about what's going on instead of putting people with mental illnesses, bipolar and schizophrenic in prisons. They need to be in church getting prayed for. They need to get the help they need. They need counseling. They need the help, all the help that they can get right now. Because it's being tucked up under the bed, swept up under the rug. Families just not caring about what they say to their children and has to other family members. Because this is a serious disease that is being overlooked all too much. And even by the government officials. We need help. We need to help people that's going through these problems with all kinds of mental illnesses, depression, bipolar, and schizophrenia.